Are you chasing the right opportunities? Do you know what you're chasing and why? I'm Josh Johnson with LSI, and in these few moments that we have, I'd like to share with you how we think about what opportunities we should go after, how we track it, and why. First of all, when we're going after opportunities, we're always looking at, and I'll use, in this case, I'm going to focus in on the federal government, but it could be state government, et cetera. We always look at what is the vehicle, meaning what is the government using in order to buy my services? Can they buy it without me doing anything? Or do I need to do certain things for the government to then purchase? That's the first step, is understanding if you're interested in selling to a state, local government, federal government, whatever it might be, understanding how they sell their services. And in many cases, it's a very simple step. You go online, you sign up, you let them know you're there, and you provide some information that at another time we'll talk about what you include on that. But first, you just need to know how they buy the services. And there are many cases in which you have something spectacular, but you can't sell it to the federal government because you're not on what they call the federal government, the contract vehicle. And it can be something in which you had to apply with other companies a while back, and they haven't opened it to allow new companies. It could be something in which is a one-off, in which the government says, if you're just registered with us, you're able to go after this. Always think, though, what is the vehicle, and also where you think you can win if you're on the vehicle, because there's many opportunities that come through that. Of course, the title. Title is sometimes deceptive. It's going to say very succinctly what the entity is believing, gives you enough information to dig deeper. But you want to get into the details. And this is where an AI tool really helps well, is to take a request for information or a request for proposal that an entity puts out saying, we want this. Do you have this? And if you do, this is how you submit. And with an AI tool, you can get really deep into that proposal very quickly to see if it fits your needs. And if it does, then you take a longer look at it. But again, the title is important just to include, and then you move on very quickly after that if you have multiple opportunities coming up, so that you don't lose sight or dig too deep in the first one. So this is just your initial, I'm looking for opportunities and I've made a list, and then you come back and then you use the tools to get into that. The other important thing is the agency, or the state entity or the federal entity, who they are, and can you actually win stuff with them? For example, a lot of the Department of Defense or Department of War opportunities require a certain accounting system. So you may not want to do that for a variety of reasons, including cost. But there's other agencies who don't. So you need to understand the agency. If you've won work there, you stick with it. You grow your presence there. It's very hard to get into the selling to the government, regardless of where local, state, or federal. Once you're in with an entity, then they know you. You have a relationship, you have performance. If you just keep jumping around, it's very hard to keep winning. And a lot of people I see do that. They say, oh, here's 10 opportunities. There are 10 agencies. And now I have to learn every single agency, their points of how they sell, et cetera. So I'd encourage always to focus in on an agency where you think your needs are going to be met, or you see that they're interested in what you do.